baby deer just sitting here. Where's your mama?
Were you just
I'm gonna try to get out and touch it.
Hi, sweetie. It's okay.
I'm gonna get out and touch it. Watch this. Stop. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. And just drop everything in the dirt. Hi, sweetie. You okay? Where you going? Where you going? Come here. Come here, sweetie. I'm not gonna hurt you. Look how close. Hi, sweetie. Hi, little sweetie. I'm not gonna hurt you. Hi. You're brand new. I'm not gonna hurt you. No, don't run. Don't want her to go in the field. Uh-oh. She's running. Oh well, her mom's around here somewhere. Her mother's around here. I heard her go. Cute. Her mother's right here. She's probably watching, or not far. I almost just touched the baby deer. This is the closest I ever got to a baby deer. I've actually jumped baby deer in the woods, trout fishing, or maybe hunting, but usually trout fishing. It's always trout fishing because it's spring. Where I almost stepped on them like that. Like I got to that close before it went, it scares the crap out of you. You're sitting there crashing through the middle of the wilderness, paying, attention to what's in front of you, and also some animal just explodes. So I've been that close to the baby deer.
I bet I could have pet that one I saw last year.
She had one last year. She got to walk right up there.
Came running up to me like, hi.
Yeah, so that's what I was hoping this one would do. Like, are you my mommy? You know what I'm saying? But no,
you don't look like it's mommy.
I mean, neither do you. I'm just saying.
I look more like it's mommy than me.
I mean, we're humans. We're on 2 feet. But if they're really, really young, like brand new, a day or two old, they might just walk right up to you like, what's up? You my mom? And she could have did that last year, but we kept going. I wish we would have done that because we stopped and it started coming towards her. That one was spooky from the get-go. But what a dumbass, not a smart move to be wandering out into the road in the middle of the day. Her mother put her there in that particular corner, I believe, because there's very little coyote activity. The coyotes don't come around because there are a couple houses there. There's people, and they just mowed the lawn in a big house, and so the deer know if I put you here, I never smell coyote, or bear scent here. So this is the safest place I can. Humans are scared too, though. They don't want to be around humans, but there's humans they kind of know it's not going to bother them.
You can't really escape human scent, though, right?
No, I mean, not really, unless you're really in the woods, you're really back in. But the thing is, the difference between, say, being like where we are here and having human scent, and then to when you're on a property where somebody lives, human scent, it's huge. To the deer, it's huge. It's like you walking into a bathroom after somebody just dropped the bomb. That's how bad it is. That's how they'd smell it. But it's not going to be offensive. That's just going to be scare them. They're going to, as they get closer to the house, that's what they're going to smell. That powerful. No. Humans are scary. Been shot since I was a baby. My mother always ran from human smells and people and anything. Run. But that little deer was just sitting there in the weeds and decided to get up and stretch out and take a leak maybe. They don't pee on themselves. They will get up and pee and poop. So they don't actually just, pee while they're laying down.
Not like little kittens.
Well, the little baby kittens can't have no choice. They're just going to go. But they don't pee much.
But I mean, even the deer are 1 day old. They're up and walking around.
Well, the thing about deer is it's a prey animal. Is that Norbert? Or is that his wife? I don't know if that old man's even alive anymore. No, that's his son or something. Anyways, old man had cancer. I haven't gone back over there. I'm scared to ask. Old guy named Norbert, nice old dude. Been living on the property for 50 years. Shot like 50 little bucks. All of them little, except one. So one buck. He got one buck. Then he actually got hit by a car up here, and they tracked it, and that's how he shot it.
So it was one big buck he didn't actually.
One big buck he never actually got. The neighbor said, "Hey man, I just hit a deer. Somebody's hit a deer right out here on the road." And so they went and tracked it and found it, and they jumped up 10 yards away and he shot it and killed it. A monster buck. It was 5-6 year old, huge, old, swamp buck. But other than that, only deer he's ever shot is little 4 and 6 points. And I just he likes to hunt. That's his thing. But I mean, just let those little ones walk.
There's so many people around here like that.
Well, they're all like that. If they were all smart enough to say, let the little ones walk, in 2 years you'd have giant bucks all over the freaking place. So they don't think like that. They shoot every little buck that moves. This is sad. 2 years. Just don't shoot the little bucks for 2 years. And then in 2 years you'll go hunting and you'll see an 8-point or 10-point, a big old monster buck every year. And then you won't have to shoot little ones anymore. Nope, they got to shoot because it's so hard to shoot a deer. It's so hard and almost impossible to do that when they see a buck, they can't stop themselves.
So I got other news.
Other news? All right, what's the other news?
We had an X-point flare and an M.9, which is almost an X-point flare. So that means that it's very possible.
What kind of flare is it?
These are solar flares, and they have ratings.
I know, but you gotta explain if people don't know that.
They're solar flares, and they have ratings of their intensity, just like earthquakes or tornadoes.
My nerdy wife.
I love space weather. So anyways, because an X flare is the highest level, but you have X through,
Yeah, well, no, I mean a high one would knock the power out.
Right. Well, that's like an X40, X50. Well, we had an X.1, whatever. But it's still, the X flares are the ones that created the auroras.
Yeah, the other day.
Around, well, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. And then we just had an M.9, which is just on the threshold of X. So we have two, hypothetically, X flares, which means if we have a northern view of where we're
we
at,
can see them tonight.
we're going to see, well, I don't know if you'll see them tonight, because usually the CMEs arrive like 2
Let me
days
ask you this
later.
though: how the hell has something happened a month ago and it's just causing an effect now? Because when there's a burst, the gamma burst off the sun, it's instant. It's like
Okay,
seconds.
two things. One, these just happened because I get the alerts.
Okay, so
There's two things that happen. The first is the proton flare that is almost instant. It takes like 8 seconds to get here.
Yeah,
8 minutes to get here. That's
yeah.
instant. The CME is all the remaining gases and all the radioactive material and everything that the charged particles that can fry the grid. That goes slower because it's a big mass of gases that kind of goes, and that usually.
So it takes about a week, a month.
No, it takes a day or two.
Oh.
So my point is, Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Wednesday night, if the skies are clear and we have a view of the northern sky, we will get some great aurora shows because we're going to get north. So that was my really long way of saying.
Well, all that matters is we're going camping. Look at the car. If anybody sees this video.
Thank God, hallelujah. We finally get to go camping.
Yeah. It's a little later than usual.
It so bad.
A little later than usual because we've just been busy working, just trying to catch up. Not that we're even caught up, but we just said, hell with it, we're going to take a break. I mean, I'm kind of caught up. I got a bunch of work ahead of me. I got to write some.
But I let all the hosts know that
she does the radio host.
I let everybody know. I'm like, guys, we need a break. I got 2 hosts I'm onboarding this week, and I just told them 3 actually. And I just told them, like, listen, we're taking a break. Well, I'll be back next week. So, anyways, that's fine. I still can do a little bit of work, but we just need some time. Look how beautiful it is.
Yeah, I know. Look how beautiful it is. We had to get the frick out. Get the frick out. Is what I'm saying. So, I'm gonna work too. I'm actually writing a script based on a novel, and I have to absorb that novel. So I'm listening to it. Well, I have to listen to it 3 or 4 times. I mean, I'm starting to get a picture of what I need to write already, so that's good. I got a good idea of it, but it's a pretty complicated sci-fi novel, so I have to like really put some thought into it. Anyway, so we're going camping. Huh? I think this is the most packed we ever had the car. This is their newer car, but it's exactly the same car as the old car, just a newer one with less miles. But I mean, I don't think we've ever packed it to this capacity.
Why do you think it's so packed?
I don't know. I think we took more. Like
we did take more.
No, them little boxes, like the plastic tote things that you got.
Yeah, but that's in place of 2 bags.
Well, I mean, we actually have a little bit of room. I just can't remember taking this much stuff. I mean, just little things. Like took the little stove, camp stove. Just added it up. It all adds up. And plus, we have a 10-man tent.
And both sleeping bags, which we don't usually take. But tonight, it's supposed to get down to 38. So
Oh, man. See, she didn't tell me that.
It's going to be a little cold.
It's get down to 38? You know how cold that is? Oh, God. Well, we better hope you don't have to pee in the middle of the night.
I mean...
We better hope you're going to hold it.
I don't usually, but we're going to have to snuggle.
Man, I got to get up and pee, but I just pee in a jar.
I mean, usually I bring my...
A pee jar. Yeah, so you know, it's part of my process. I can get out of the tent and freeze my butt off barefoot in the middle of the night, 4 in the morning, and like stand out in the frosted ground cold, peeing, which sucks. Or you can roll over, open up a big pee jar, fill her up, shut it, boom. We should do that in prison because the bathroom was like 100 yards down the rock, and there's all these bright lights. So when you got to get out of your cell, walk 100 yards down the rock, bright ass lights, walk all the way back. You know, every time you get back, you're freaking wide awake. So I just roll over, pee in the jar. People thought I was a nutcase for that though.
There was a post on Facebook
I didn't care.
just this morning of people asking, what are your like best camping tips and hacks for tent campers?
Yeah.
And there must have been at least a half a dozen guys that said P-jar, so you're not the only one.
Huh? See, I'm not the only one. P-jar. Yeah, really. Oh, God, I'm not the only one. I'm totally a pervert. Not pervert, it's weird, but I mean, it's convenient. I mean, who the frick wants to stand out in the cold peeing for
I
2
mean,
minutes?
the trick is to not pee in the middle of the night.
But I have to pee in the middle of the night.
What's that?
Oh, is that a mink? Slow down. Slow down a little bit.
I can't slow down. I think it's
It was a mink.
I don't know why there'd be a mink. There's no water out there.
Minks don't live by water all the time. No, you're thinking of otters.
Oh, yeah.
Minks different than otters. Minks are everywhere. They do like water though. They're around rivers a lot. I see the tracks all the time.
Yeah, because they have that oily fur or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean they eat off of aquatic creatures, frogs and crayfish and crab, like anything they can catch really. But I think that was a big old mink. Not really anything else could have been. Wasn't a badger.
Could have been a small baby groundhog.
I guess it could have been that, but it didn't move like that. It moved like a mink. I've seen mink. One time I tried to shoot a mink.
Why did you tell that story?
I was a kid. I was like 12, 13 years old. I went fishing with my dad. He had a 22 in the car. And I see a mink. It's on the other side of the river, and the river's got icebergs floating down it. So it's early spring, you know, it's big old, it's jammed up with ice.
Right.
So, how bad my father was.
I already know.
He gives me the 22 and says, shoot. I fired like 17 shots, right? Finally get it. I mean, it's running along the bank on the other side of the river. Bang, bang, but it's moving. I can't,
Why
you know.
did he tell you to shoot?
I don't know, but then after I killed it, he says, now you got to swim across the river and get it. Or not swim, but I jumped the ice. But it was dangerous. I could have drowned.
I would have told your dad, like, Dad, bite the big one.
I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I had like a torrent river going, and this ice jammed up. So there's like an ice bridge, but the water's right there flowing. And he's like, you got to get it. You can go here. I was little. I only weighed probably 80 pounds. So it wasn't
Nobody
like.
ever accused your dad of.
But the water was deep too, because I'd fished there before, and it goes through. It was like 5 feet deep, which is I probably was 5 feet tall, you know. I mean, in freezing water, and I wasn't dressed for it either. I remember like it was cold.
Your dad's a piece of crap.
Yeah, I know. Swim over there and get that freaking. He didn't say swim. He said if it things it go through, swim. The only thing that honorable about that was like he wanted me to get it. You killed it.
Yeah, but he told you to kill it.
I swim out and get a duck one time that I shot with my 22 too. Swam out and got a duck. It was like 50 yards offshore. All right, well, we're camping. A couple hours of bus camping. You'll see my camp. This is my version of Outdoor Boys. They were really roughing it. I left the back of the car packed. That's the beach where I was baptized in. Huh? Remember that, honey?
I do.
Shoot, me and her both got baptized on this beach the day after I got out of prison. And it was hot and beautiful. That water was like bath water. They had to drag me out of the friggin' lake. They're like, all right, let's go. Gotta eat. Go back, do this, do that. I'm like, man, let's let me swim in this friggin' water, bro. It's been 13 days. Let me just swim in here for a minute. And they were cool. Let me splash around. It was nice and warm. It was like the hottest summer of my life. That summer, it was.
That was the most beautiful summer, though.
It was hot in prison. I'm saying it was.
I know, but I mean, it lasted such a long time.
Yeah, no, but it was beautiful out here. But in prison, it was miserable. You know, so when I got here, like, dude, there were so many days where there were days where I would take a washcloth, dip it in water, and let it drip off my TV stand onto my face to try and keep me from overheating, thinking I was going to have a heat stroke in my cell or locked down. It's a concrete box, and I'm literally dripping water on my face. It's the only way I could sleep. So I'd get this washcloth, dip it in water. The water is lukewarm at this point, and then put it on my TV stand and put my head, pillow and all, underneath the TV stand so the water would slowly drip over my head to cool my core heat down to the point that I could fall asleep even, because it was so miserable. And that's how I fell asleep. About once every hour I'd get up and dip the washcloth in a bowl and I just put it up above me and it's drip, 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 and it keep me cool enough to be able to sleep. There was a lot of nights like that in that summer. A lot of it, like 50. Horrible. Because during the day, it turned into a concrete, like, sweat box, and it just stayed hot all night.
I can't imagine the smell.
But the smell was bad. You know, it was bad. You know, it depends. If you were clean, like me and my bunks are always clean. We're good.
I just meant
But all in general, yeah. Thousands of guys, hundreds of guys in the unit. Sweat box steep, and it was horrible. You got to be clean, otherwise you get your ass stabbed to death. Like, that's one thing you got to do. There are, you walk by cells and smell some cells and they just stink. You're like, they just boom, like, damn, bro, wash some laundry and stuff. And then you walk by other cells that are really clean. I mean, I could think out somewhere in the middle. With usually me and my bunkers are like, we were clean, but not fanatical about it. Some people were fanatical. Whatever the case, it sucked. So when I had an opportunity to jump on this damn lake, in fact, coming up on our old road. The day that I got out, my boys drove me down this road. I was pretty excited when I got to this point. They're like, "This is the road your house is on."
You were nervous, though.
Hell yeah, I was nervous. I was scared. I was nervous. I mean, but I took one look down this road and I go, "I like this. I know that." And it's like 5 miles of this.
God knew what he was doing.
Yeah, that's an incredible story. But anyways, we ended up here, which is actually the snowmobile trail. At the end of the road, it dies, turns into the snowmobile trail. And it goes right to like the best spot in the world, man. And there was salmon in it, trout in it. Just ride the quad there. It was a lot of fun. It was a good place to live, that's for sure.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Snowmobiles right out. The first snow, we had snowmobiles. Bang, we went ripping. Went to Black
That was
Mountain.
probably some of the most fun we had was on those snowmobiles.
I agree.
Even though, like, sometimes when it's really cold, it can be pretty miserable. But
I never got like that. Only one time did I ever get miserable, and that's coming back from my
that
dad.
was only maybe 15% of the time. Another 85%.
Well, I'm
was
like
fun.
this. If you were cold and miserable, then it's on you because you knew what you were up against.
No, because there were times when we went out when it was like 15 degrees and windy, and that's just not ideal snowmobile.
Well, whatever, man. Stop being a wuss.
I will kick your ass. Push.
I'm just kidding. You soldiered up. You had fun. We went on 30 or 40 mile like round trip, like each way trips on those snowmobiles.
Yeah.
So,
and
I mean,
I've
that's
never ridden one in my life.
Yeah, 4 hours, 3 hours each way to Black Mountain, have a cup of coffee or a sandwich, and then turn around. It's beautiful trail, though. Winds to like this mountain. It's beautiful. You end up on top of this mountain at a little place called The Bluff on the snowmobile trail. The snowmobile trail comes to this like log cabin, and it serves food and liquor. It's such a great gig for them. It's like in the woods, out in the woods.
You pull up, there's a whole line of snowmobiles.
Yeah.
Everybody's got all their gear on hooks and whatever.
There's like 50 snowmobiles parked out front. 50. They're always out of gas though. That ticks me off.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're the only place you can get gas for a long way. There's been a couple times. If we didn't fill the tank before we left, all the way up, we wouldn't have made it back. I remember when that day I got out, I'm looking at this creek right there. The first thing I thought, she told me she saw fish in it. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
She told me she saw fish in that creek.
There were fish in that creek.
I know. So I was thinking, I like how there were little chubs in there. It's probably what they were. But there's another creek right here. And this is the one where I think I actually
This is where I actually saw them.
Yeah, this is one I caught chubs in. But didn't want to our house. It was a nice place to live. I got this on this road. I got my snowmobile going 100 miles an hour, like probably 50
Little
times.
small, you know what?
50 times.
That's one thing that I kind of regret is that gosh, look at all their solar panels they got.
Smart.
Is that we don't have a place that has good guest bedrooms to have guests on.
I mean, I don't think guests really care, man. You can throw them on the floor, man. I think they don't care
You
with it.
get old, you don't want to sleep on the floor.
I don't care. Listen, if it's about having fun, company, and doing something, I don't care. That's our old house right there. That was the little green house that I moved into when I first got out. I snuck through these woods right here to sneak up on her. She was praying on the back porch. And you didn't hear nothing?
No.
Nothing. I got all the way up to the porch before I said, "Birdie." You flinched, turned around.
This would be a nice piece of property.
She
if anyone
started
wants to
crying.
live on-
She was crying.
That's a nice
I was crying too. I ain't gonna lie. Look at these oak trees, man. This would be a great place to squirrel hunt. All these freaking oak trees. Look at them all. I don't know why I never tried to squirrel hunt down here. Is this public?
No.
No, why? Because I can't shoot a gun. That's why. Man, it's too bad.
This is private. Once you get past Tucker, then
All these oak trees, it's got a lot of fox squirrels in here. Oh, that's the one thing I wish I had my hunting rights back for that reason. Squirrel hunting. People might think that's crazy, but squirrel hunting's a lot of fun, man. I eat them. I don't even care. They're delicious. Yeah, man. Smash them up. All right, I'm out.
That my idea.
There's a lot of oak trees. All these trees are oak trees. And then squirrels love them. I used to ride a four-wheeler and stuff through some of these woods.
Is that like, oh, there's somebody actually living there?
I've been down through all these woods. All of them. Some of it's public, though. Well, I probably should have.
Private, you mean?
I mean, yeah, private. We almost bought this house, but it's at 1,000 feet from the main road.
Yeah, we
This is a
almost
really-
did. We almost did.
But that's a nice house. It's beautiful, man, inside. Guy's like a carpenter. But the main road is only 1,000 feet up there. And so
It's not even a road, it's a highway.
it's a highway.
Yeah.
So you're going to hear trucks racing by. I mean, it is, and there's a thick forest between you and it, but you're still going to hear it. You can hear those trucks a mile away.
Yeah.
So this is about a third of a mile or a quarter
One of the
of a mile.
benefits then is you're right on the snowmobile trail.
Yeah, there's a benefit. But there's a bunch of property that it's amazing. If you were to buy some of that property back there and then build, you're gold, pony boy. You're golden.
That's cool.
We're golden. I'm ready to camp. Wow. We're on the Mackinac Bridge and they have half the bridge shut down. So it looks like they're laying new asphalt over it. The whole thing. So the whole thing
They
is.
can't do that in the spring or in the fall. They got to do it in prime summer weekend.
Prime summer tourist. But this is like a Monday afternoon. This is about as least traffic as you're going to get, ever. Except
No.
maybe a Sunday afternoon.
No, you can do it in the spring or fall. You get way less traffic.
I'm just saying for this time of year.
But why did they going to do it this time?
I don't know. It probably has something to do with that the tar doesn't heat or adhere in the cold. That's why they got to do it in the warmer month.
Wasn't that cold in April, May?
I'm just saying they could do like one lane at a time rather than close the whole flipping bridge. Because this is, here we are. Now we're stuck on the top of a bridge 400 feet. If you jumped off the bridge from as high up as we are, you die.
Thank you for that, sweetheart.
We're literally probably at this point about 150 feet off the water, maybe more. By the time you're up there, you're about 250. About 100 yards off the water. That'd be a long fall. I mean, there are people out there that do it, but I don't know.
You know what they're probably doing? How they have that grady part? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
No, that's up here though. They're not doing that. No, this is all getting new asphalt just like this. They're just putting new that, and then they'll probably do the other side. And I'd love to be the guy who got the contract for that.
Yeah, right.
You know, this bridge is privately owned. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a private owner who's getting paid like $10,000 an hour, 24/7. They put up the money to build it. You know, capitalism. They just raised. They knew.
What I find interesting is if this is not done by 4th of July, ooh-wee, that's going to be tough.
Oh, they're gonna be screwed. Yeah, they're probably pretty close. They're pretty close. It looks like this part up here is getting ready to get done or is done. They already did it. That's what it's gonna look like when they're done. See? And then I'll do this side. Probably work the whole summer on it. But then they won't do it again for another 10 years.
Or 5, depending on how bad somebody needs money.
Yeah, exactly. The people who run the thing could just go to the owner of the thing and say, hey, we got to redo the thing. Let's raise the toll $1.
I know. I was just wondering, actually, did they raise that already?
They probably
might
have.
Who knows?
Yeah, why does it take 10 mother effers to like stand around and look at one job?
15.
You guys are all working hard, I see. I mean, I don't think not one of them was actually working. I mean, they must be working. Hate to be you, buddy. Hate to be you. Good luck with that. At least he got his old lane to himself. Just saying. It's there's Mackinac Island out there. For anyone who's never been to Mackinac Island. There's no cars on that island. There's horses and bikes.
I love Mackinac Island
It's all right.
when it's not tourist season.
It's never tourist season there though.
Yeah, if
It's
you go
all-
in the fall, when I went with Corolla that one time,
Yeah.
it was a little cold, but it was nice because there were hardly any people.
I'm trying to zoom in on the Grand Hotel. So the Grand Hotel is right in the middle of there, and they say they got the biggest porch in the world. It's a
Used
big
to be-
100-foot wide porch.
It used to be that you couldn't go and eat dinner there unless you had a suit and tie on or a woman wearing a skirt. But I'm pretty sure the liberals did away with
The
that.
liberals did away with that. Now you can go in there in jeans and a t-shirt probably. This is the crappy part about the bridge. You're on this freaking grate. That's there because in the winter it doesn't get as icy.
Is it? I thought it was to let it have like an expanded contraction.
That too, I'm sure, but I think it's part of it because this high up, it's going to get icy, and the concrete will be slick. So they have one in each lane, like one on each side, has a grate.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. It might have something to do with the swing, but I don't know. I know it's a big ass bridge. It's 5 miles long. It's a bridge that's 5 flipping miles long. It's crazy. Oh, there's one of
Look at all
them.
the people.
There's one of them big boats out there. One of those big.
Coming back and forth. Like,
It's like a.
yacht?
Yeah, it's a big, massive cruise ship. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is right there. Maybe it's gotta be what that is. Maybe it's not. It could just be like topography. But no, it's gotta be a cruise ship. That's definitely a cruise ship. Because there's nothing white. It's just one of those giant cruise ships parked around the
They do have
corner of that.
Oh yeah, they do have cruise ships that come up. Yeah, I see it. Or it could be some big ballers like massive yacht.
Nah, not that big.
They
No,
do,
no.
They do have cruise ships. I forget what
It's not. There's no baller got a yacht that big.
There's one that's called.
That's like 800 feet long.
I can't remember what it's called that comes up here all the time.
The old Boblo boat.
Have you ever been in the Bablo boat?
Ah, when I was a kid once.
We used to go all the time to Bablo.
I don't remember it. I'm trying to. I mean, I can't define positively. You don't take your eyes off the road.
Listen, I'm not the one stressing here. I'm all good.
It's got to be a cruise ship.
I mean, I'm
just saying.
doing 50.
But man, you know what you got me thinking about now? Take one guess. No, that's a good guess though. Mackinac City. What else? Fudge. Man. Looking for some fudge. They got the best fudge, Mackinac, famous for its fudge. Oh man, I could smash some of that like honey maple fudge right now.
No, you don't need
That's horrible. That's like the worst thing for you. It's just pure sugar and concentrated syrup.
with maple syrup.
So good though.
I don't like fudge. I'm not a fan.
I like it.